Good morning, YouTube. DJ Kryptonite here. Talking about boxing news as usual. So let's get right to it. We getting a whole lot of news coming out about Tyson Fury's gloves and how they may have been tampered with, or some cushion may have been removed, or something to that effect. Is that surprising to anybody? We got to remember, this guy is a known cheat. He tested positive for steroids back in, I believe, 2015 or 2016 or something to that effect. Him and a relative of his, which was another heavyweight, and they tested positive for PEDs. And during that same test, I think he came up or popped positive for cocaine as well. So this is nothing new in the story or the life of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a known cheat. He's cheated. His ban was issued, and the ban was for 2 years. It's funny that he had a hiatus of about that long after he was popped, and he ballooned up to like 400 pounds or what have you. Then the story goes on, blah blah blah. We got the whole story, and now he's a comeback kid type thing. I'm not buying that garbage. The guy was using drugs prior to winning the title. He was using PEDs prior to winning the title. He has a history of drug use and performance enhancing drugs, which is cheating in boxing. In fact, as a guy that size and that heavy, that's extremely dangerous in the sport. When you're 250 plus 6'9", and you're using PEDs to hit on a guy, to punch on a guy, to assault a guy, because technically speaking, that's assault. When you start using things to enhance your strength, your power, your endurance, and you're punching on somebody's head, that's a cheat. You're cheating. That's dangerous. That's assault. And the other thing, with this whole glove gate, it's kind of comical to me. I hear all of the folks talking about. I see all the folks in these blogs and in social media talking about, hey, you're just looking for an excuse for Deontay Wilder. No, I'm not looking for an excuse for Deontay Wilder. My thing with Deontay Wilder was that he was just a shell of himself. He didn't even look like he was in the fight. From the start of Bell 1, he was backing up for whatever reason. He looked like he was intoxicated or high on drugs. He just didn't look to be himself. I don't blame that on the suit, because the suit could not make his overall mindset back up, get punched, back up, get punched, back up, complain. I've never seen him do that before. So that's something that I've never seen Deontay do. He's never really been a complainer in the ring. All I know is he was backing up and getting punched over and over again by a man that couldn't back him up in the first fight. All of a sudden, this guy backs him up, and Deontay doesn't throw a punch. But I digress. I'm not going to get into that. I guess what I want to discuss is the gloves. Yeah, the gloves look to be tampered with. The footage from, I believe, a guy out in Canada released the footage initially. And then shout out to Deontay's Boxing Nation, Blue Blood Sports, who actually broke it a bit further and spoke on it, and I'm in agreement with them. I believe, yeah, the gloves look to be tampered with. I'm not making excuses, because I don't think the gloves played a part. I still think boxing is corrupt. I don't know what was going on with Deontay's psyche. I don't know what was going on with him emotionally or psychologically. He just looked to be not all there. To me, he just didn't look all there. So I'm not going to blame it on the gloves, but the punches that he threw with an open glove and his fist appeared to be in the bottom of the glove leads me to think that, because it looks just the way the angle of the glove was bending and moving, his wrist would have broke. It would have been a broken wrist. He would have had an injury to his hand if that glove was to fit the hand properly and his hand was moving in that position, bending like that. There's no way. He would have had a broken wrist, broken hand, fractured hand. Something would have prevented him to continue boxing. However, his fist was in the bottom of the glove, and he was punching with an open glove, which allowed him to punch with his fist at the bottom of the glove, which It's another way of cheating. So not only could he have been on PEDs again, because I don't put it past him, he could have been punching him with a fist that was just wrapped in gauze and tape, which is extremely dangerous when you got a 275-pound man punching on you in the back of the head at that. That's extremely dangerous, and that should be assault. It should be investigated. I doubt it will be, because the fight is already set. So, not to make any waves, I'm sure Deontay Wilder isn't going to come out the woodwork and start complaining about that. Maybe during the lead up, maybe he'll make mention to or allude to the fact that Tyson Fury may have done some things that were not so fair or not above board, so to speak. But anyway, your thoughts on Glovegate, Tyson Fury's history of substance abuse and use of PEDs, and they're actually celebrating him as like the next coming of Muhammad Ali, which is just blasphemy. That is a slap to. I know Muhammad Ali is like rolling in his grave to even compare this guy to that. It's just amazing how this guy is all of a sudden the best thing since Muhammad Ali. This is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous notion to even suggest that. But anyway, all right, YouTube. Hate, like, subscribe. DJ Kryptonite out. Let's get it. Deuces.